Shut up.
Alright, so as we return back to Sleep Simulator 2017.
Real though.
I failed. I'm not sleeping. Fuck.
Roll to see who can sleep the cutest. Go.
I am literally a cat.
Cat thing wins.
The cat versus doggo. Come on.
Time passes as essentially we skip past everybody waking for the morning-esque time for everything. As the last one to finally rouse itself would be Bratsulian, as Bratsulian you wake and see everybody else essentially not on guard, but up and moving about and keeping sight on the areas around here. Ever since everyone you've been up, the overall demeanor of the environment around you, it's still dark. That hasn't changed. But you also then notice that, okay, where's the dune? There's no dune. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And basically,
What about the
One question.
what about the cat thing that was sleeping with me?
Cat thing will go.
it has been abnormally attached to you to the point that it looks like a cat, but it moves and tend closer to a lizard while on you, like just
I love
staying
it.
very pressed against you, like crawling on your arm and leg, and just having its wings very pressed into its body, making itself look as small as possible.
Let it do whatever it wants.
It's still there.
It's not hurting anybody.
No, it doesn't seem to be at all.
Keep an eye on it. If it makes a move, I will end it.
Oh, not before I do.
I'm sure it'll be fine. If it had some kind of hostile intent, I'm sure it would have acted upon it by now.
Oh, I'm sure it would have, but you never know.
It's a cat.
I want to try to feed him all.
Do you let him?
Yeah,
And I break off
Maybe
a
we
target
should
of,
feed each other first, so we have
seems
Yeah.
to like the jerky well enough. Yeah, we should probably eat something. It's a good point.
Yeah, I'll pull out one of my rations.
As you guys do that and just actively get roused, you do notice that you guys have cricks and sores that you don't necessarily recall having, but they're not enough that they're blaringly obvious. It's just like, oh, I must have hurt myself at some point yesterday. Stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe in that plane crash.
What's a plane?
what's a what's a what's a crash?
What's a crash?
What do you mean, what's a crash?
Oh,
Granted,
Nah.
you don't
Wagon's
seem to
crashing.
have the same sensation like that, Smokey.
Yeah, just about to ask actually if I had the same, but alright. I figured.
So as you guys begin to pull out your rations and eating on it, Smokey doesn't seem to be doing anything besides just holding trying to make a makeshift toga-like thing with the sleeping bag that Riker gave him.
Nice.
anyway, I guess I'm gonna be eating one of my any Icon jerky rations. Well, no, they're not rations. It's any Icon jerky.
I hate to ask, but does anyone have extra food?
How
I kinda
good is
lost
it?
all of mine.
It's the best.
Yeah,
It is the best.
take some of mine. It'll be alright.
Thank you.
So you're eating shit rations, and Genghis has got really good jerky. Yeah, boy.
You're very convinced your jerky is really good. Not too sure about that, mate.
So you guys sit over in a small circle around each other. Actually, let's change up the scene. You guys ended up finding the ladder to get on the top of the ship, so this is where you guys are having this little meal, just
Oh.
sitting on top of the ship.
Tasty.
I like that. I like that idea.
So, what happened to the dune?
Yeah,
It's distinctly missing.
It sprouted legs and walked off.
Did it
Great.
really?
all right.
Yeah, no shit.
It's just get fucking weirder and weirder. So, to the castle today?
Yep, that's where we're starting to head.
I guess. I mean, I don't really know where else to go.
I don't think any of us do.
No.
Yeah. Sounds like the best possible route to me. Just get at it.
There we go.
As he says this, you guys look at him. He really looks like he's in very bad shape.
Yeah, I don't feel good, but I'm just trying to make the best appearance of it. Still isn't great.
Well, you're doing a shit job. Someone needs to heal you.
And when you turn to look to Riker, he doesn't look like he's in the best shape as well.
Sadly, I don't think any of us knows too much about healing people.
Riker's the only one.
That's no offense, but it's basic first aid.
Yeah, it's not exactly what a town healer might accomplish.
Well, I'd rather not stay out here and die.
Yeah.
So regardless of how bad off we are, our best option at the moment is to just keep moving.
Oh yeah, and technically Smokey's looking in bad shape too.
Technically.
Basically, anyone
Stemmed.
who's bloodied.
He's bleeding is all. Profusely.
Mm.
Give me spot checks, guys.
Oh boy.
Spot checks all around. Yeah.
Oh, boys.
Oh, that was the wrong one.
I
Sorry.
rolled a 2.
Sorry. There we go.
So, actually, I believe everybody succeeds this. Nope,
Hooray!
Raya doesn't.
Oh, god damn it!
Because you don't have spot.
Can I listen instead?
Nope.
Damn it!
So everybody besides Raya who's just really just eating in her actions, you guys notice looking up towards the sky, really trying to get a gauge of like what the fuck are we and everything. You notice all the shadows that seem to coalesce to the sky has been drugged as if someone stretched their existence into a singular point in the sky, which now seems to circularly make itself like spherical to this giant thing of shadow that seems to head in the sky itself, which while it's there, you guys don't notice it all too much, but you feel like there's a temperature increase.
It's not decrease. Does that seem to be coalescing like its epicenter like away from us, or is it like right on top of us?
It's just in the distance of the sky, not really above you or anything. It's akin to like a sun, except it's shadow.
Was that always there?
No, I
Don't believe so.
With
don't
what?
think so.
No.
That might not be good. Or it might be entirely normal.
Do you see anything different on it?
What do you mean?
I mean, you appear to be able to see things that we can't.
No, everyone's able to see it, but we.
Yeah, but if he sees anything different. If there's anything else that he can see.
Can
Yes.
No. As you
I
guys continue to look at
guess-
it, your eyes begin to hurt.
No.
Let's
I
not
see
look at that.
nothing different. Oh, stop! I'm not looking at that anymore.
Very akin to the similar nature of if you were looking at the sun.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
weird. I feel like I was just
Stop
staring
looking
at
at
the
that.
sun. Maybe that is the sun.
Possibly.
So, where's everybody going to be directed to today?
Castle?
Where's the castle, though, from here?
Well, we
Mm,
knew when we landed, so we should still know.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh. And that away! I don't know where I'm pointing.
Whatever way it happens to be.
Yeah.
Do you leave the ship there?
I suppose.
I mean, we
so.
can't really take the ship with us.
I mean, it would take
Yeah.
all the stuff with us.
Yeah. Stuff.
Okay, I guess.
When Ryan, when you shot at the castle, was that part of the ship that was lost, or are those parts still attached?
Don't know. Be good to find out. Maybe we can take it with us.
I don't suppose any of you know anything about
About.
constructs like that.
What would you
No.
exactly pointing at for that?
The craft that they're talking about.
No clue.
Unfortunately, no.
I can know weapons. That's about it.
I mean, same here, but I mean,
They weren't like any weapons I've ever seen.
agreed.
They did.
We only
Shit.
saw what they did.
Oh, I totally
I mean-
forgot.
If I were to throw a guess out there, they appear similar in visual to some magics, but none I've never, none I've ever heard of or recognized.
Well, they look similar
Weird.
to the artifacts that King has man picked up.
Artifacts. What do you mean?
Sure. I mean, this, and I pull out the long,
Not gun.
The definitely not gun.
yeah, that.
Oh yeah, and the other not gun. I'd bring out the other not gun.
Oh.
I have no idea what this not gun is. But alright.
Mine's not a rifle.
Maybe they'll look the same on this thing.
Oh, right, those. Okay, I see now.
Right. Well, can we see those? Are they still here somewhere?
Can we search the outside of the not ship for any kind of not gun things?
As you search the ship, you could see there is one part of it that seems to be like a small entrance, but akin to only large enough that a snake could fit. So it's not, well, a boa constrictor, a large boa constrictor, not a snake. And it seems to be circular, and it seems to be like a cylinder that's attached to the ship. Another thing that you see looks to be not the same as, because it's not sleek as the rest of the ship, but it looks like it's no longer pliable for you guys to get a good sight of it since it's partially buried in the crash landing.
Okay. Does any of this ring any bells to me from that perspective?
Of what?
I rolled knowledge weapon.
God, no.
Shit, there's a hole here. I don't know why it's there. It's weird. That thing just looks weird. I don't get it.
Well, it all kind of looks weird.
Well, my thought is one of those created some type of explosion when you fired it. Perhaps if we could retrieve the ammunition, it could be useful to us.
Possibility. But how do we dismantle it to get the ammunition?
I don't know. Hit it?
Would that be a good idea if it explodes?
Probably not.
Probably not. Well, maybe it's best that we just leave it then. You have
Probably.
those things, whatever they are.
What thing?
Maybe that's enough.
They don't appear to do anything. They have bits on it that make it look a bit like a crossbow, and I pull on the little like.
Well,
crossbow-like
experiment with
trigger.
it while we walk. Oh, Jesus.
And it just clicks.
Yeah, nothing
It
seems to
should
happen.
just click.
You just hear it click.
Doesn't do anything.
Okay. Knowledge weapon on Genghis's piece of thing. Okay. No length of rolling or
Right.
prospect of luck.
The
Nah,
firearms that do exist in the setting are rare as fuck, and
Yeah.
would look
I have
nothing
not
like
seen
these.
any
Yeah.
of the such. I know bows and axes and the occasional sword. Oh,
Hey, well, there goes that idea. On to the castle then.
yeah, on to like normal stuff.
As
As
you
I,
say.
give my
We-
sort of
We
like
travel.
a rustle.
Smokey, I'll take my sword back if you please.
Yeah. Sorry, I give back to you in the morning. I forgot to say. Yeah. Of course. Thanks for letting me borrow it.
No problem. As we travel, I'll take up the caboose.
I suppose I'll go at the front,
I'll go right
I,
behind Genghis.
because you know,
I'll stay in the back
adorable.
with my new cape.
We head off then.
As
Oh,
you
is the
guys are
captain
starting
still
to,
hanging around?
as I was about to say,
Yeah, go on.
you interrupting fuck. As you guys were beginning to walk, and basically when you notice the shadow-like sun come into the sky, the cat thing just slips its way underneath your clothing and currently is just like hiding or rested. You can feel it like on your back, just underneath your clothing.
Oh no,
Everything
he is
just-
clothing.
Just give it a little pat.
You reach around and pat it.
Just that's it. That's all.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to move, and after a small amount of time, you can feel it digging its claws in your back, but you fight through it.
Fuck. Jesus.
But you can then hear the feel the rhythmic sound of what you assume it to be purring or snoring, something similar to that.
Alright. I'm gonna leave it be. Claws fucking hurt though.
The claws do hurt. Anything else that you guys want to do as you get to walk? Conversational, piece-wise.
I just want to keep an ear out. Not gonna. There's nothing for me to say.
So, what's the plan once we get out of here?
I suppose go back to what we were doing.
Go home.
Finish off the rest of those cultists and those abominations that summoned.
We should
Yeah,
find Floyd.
That too.
Don't think. Yeah, we should find Floyd when we get back. Definitely.
I
But-
could help you if you wanted. To repay what you have done for me. Speak.
It would be very helpful, but you don't need to if you don't want to.
I'm not offering up my life. I'm just saying that I can help you. But I understand. Yeah.
For now, we should concentrate on actually getting back. What are we going to do when we come up on this tower?
Get in.
Look for people. Once we get a chance to spot someone, we snatch them, see if they speak our language, and if they do, interrogate them.
Just find someone or something that can get us out of here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have
Everything else we kill or avoid.
I have a feeling something is more of the like. Whatever it was that came upon us after the wall likely knows that we're coming.
Good point. Good point.
Not exactly good at sneaking around though.
I could walk up in front to check the area out. I could both see and sneak.
A scout would be beneficial.
Definitely would be.
Keep us from walking into something at the least.
Right. So, and when we get closer, I can move like 50. Well, yeah, I'm thinking of feet. I want to think in movement.
That's 10 spaces in front of us. No. 50 feet. Yeah.
Let's see here. My move is 4, and if I run, I get +1. Was it? I keep forgetting.
No, you double. Oh no, you mean
Oh yeah,
the,
the failure,
you
yeah.
mean the failure one? Yeah, it's +1.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I would be standing 10 squares in front of you, so I could, if I want, I could run back in one action.
The issue, as I see it, is it's a tower in a landscape that, other than the dunes, is relatively flat. They're going to have a hell of a vantage point to see anything coming.
I suppose at the
Yeah.
most I might blend into the background.
Yeah, I'm thinking the concealment of the air and the shadowy shadows everywhere, that could give us an advantage.
Jeez.
Is there some way to disguise ourselves with the sand?
Yeah. Well, wait. If I were to sneak in this place, would I get a bonus because Genghis is black fur on black sand on a shadowy black land and it's dark? Like, oh,
You assume it.
yeah, it's like an ideal situation.
What do you guys do essentially?
We're traveling, we're looking
Yeah,
out for any
leave the
dangers.
sneaking to the people who are good at it.
If I see any trees or anything, any sticks that
I can tell you that right now. No.
Alright. I wanna. It's in my plans to try to get something that I could make my own weapon, my crude own weapon.
So you guys will be able to travel for essentially whatever you'll be able to walk until you're tired, and you guys still don't even get into sight of the building that you guys flew from. As you start to get out to the point where you getting to the point of everything's getting tired as you continue walking, moving from dune to dune, walking in between them, occasionally starting up on a dune as you feel it start to move as the whatever these creatures are would sprout its legs and begin to move off.
Right.
essentially a day's time would pass as you guys begin to get tired.
I think we need to set up.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we take one of these dunes and trick it to move in a certain direction, you can ride upon it.
Yeah, what would happen if we were on top of it?
It would just start to move, and you guys would be moving with it. The sand would dishevel a bit, but most of it stays in place as it begins to move off.
So you just need a way to direct its movement.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Hmm.
And as you guys
same
get to the
time.
point where you feel like you're getting tired, the sphere of shadow would slowly start to shrink before immediately exploding outward as it covers the rest of the sky in this dark bit of shadows, as the residual heat that you felt in the area covering you guys would begin to taper off as it starts to get cold again.
Must be nighttime.
Yeah.
That's a pretty vibrant sunset. Also, with that roll, does anything come to mind about these dune creatures or potentially riding them?
You don't even really know much about them.
Nothing. Okay.
You just know they're denizens of the shadow plane, but you don't know enough that... Not shadow, the dark plane. But you don't know enough to basically have useful information about them.
Fair enough.
Perhaps we don't need to direct one, we just select one that's already moving in the direction we need to go.
How
That
fast
is a
are they
good
moving?
plan.
Are they moving faster or slower than how we walk?
Compared to your guys' walk speed, they don't seem to be moving all that fast. Like, you guys could, if you were sprinting, run past one.
Is there any indication based on where the legs come out of the dunes, which way they're going to move? Is there any pattern to that at all?
You do know that where the legs come out, they seem to walk in either the direction of where the legs come out or the opposite direction.
Huh.
Very
So
crab
it
So
moves how it
we
is,
need
like
to find
crabs.
one that's going to be moving in either the opposite direction or toward
I'm thinking
the castle.
like this. If we find a way to direct them, we can direct them towards the castle, and then we can get coverage when we get closer. Because they're big enough to hide us behind it.
Yeah, I mean, why don't we just watch and see which one moves in that way?
Yeah,
Alright.
that's a good idea. Let's
Yeah.
do that in the morning. Should we do
Well-
the same setup, by the way, with the resting today?
I feel like while the dune thing is great for cover, at the same time it would slow us down significantly, and we are on a pretty significant time limit of
Wait,
just
what?
food and water.
Isn't I don't know about the system in moving, but
Basically,
isn't
when you're
sprinting
out of-
basically
When you're sprinting, you guys are able to run at 60 miles for a day's time in map travel, but you also gain 1 stack of fatigue afterwards.
so it wouldn't be sprinting.
No.
If we just walk, it would be approximately the same speed as us, but we wouldn't get tired, so we can still do things if we need be. Right? With these doing things, because I'm thinking the advantage
Yeah.
of traveling on level 1 is we never get tired and we can do stuff on top of it.
Apart from being more in the open, since we're on top of it,
Yeah, of course.
it would
But
be
even-
more beneficial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well,
just,
I'm thinking like, how often do you look at the
Another
the
question:
shell of crab if you see it?
how far do they on average move when they do move?
Can gather, since you guys were traveling, you probably were just keeping an eye on one in the distance to see how far. They don't seem to go all that far, and every time when they move, they always leave those like 30-foot wide holes and then settle back down. At most,
So-
you see one move. It only moves about like a mile or two before settling back down.
So we'll probably be wanting to look when we get a lot closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mass travel, it's not the most efficient unless we can find a way of driving them. But I can't think of anything that would particularly motivate one of these things to move.
It's around this time you
No,
hear
we don't
Rye
need
begin to try to hold in some yelps as Rye, you feel the claws of the
Shit.
creature slowly crawling up your back before you guys notice it just pop its head
Fuck.
behind her collar, just looking around.
I'm just gonna turn my head slightly so that I can kind of see it out of the corner of my eye and say, "You need to be more gentle with those claws."
Oh, it's that night
I don't care
cat
if it can
again.
understand me.
This is by the way the first time I've seen this.
Yeah, it's out again.
Yeah.
What? Why is there a cat on your back?
A night cat,
I don't
actually.
know.
Am I not enough? Do you need more cats in your life?
When you look at it, you can see that, for one, it blinks sideways. Its eyes are unnaturally blue, and when you're looking at it, you try to look at its fur, but all you can see is kind of like if the cat was green screened and then replaced with a night sky. That's what you understand when you're looking at it.
Right.
Just chill out with the claws. I'm just kind of muttering to it.
I want to pet it.
It just opens its mouth and yawn out really wide. As you can see, a very serpent-like tongue come out that seems to be blue in the back and
Ooh.
purple in the front.
I want to pet it. Does it let me pet it?
It actually moves into your palm, Paul, when you do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Good. Cool and good.
Space Cat likes pets.
It's a night cat. They're called night cats.
What?
I said they're called night cats.
So you know about this thing then?
I know about that much. It's about it.
Should we set up tents then?
I think we should.
Does anyone around us seem more particularly apt than right the fuck here?
As you look around, you're surrounded by 3 different
Ooh.
dunes. One to the front left of you, one directly to the right of you, and then the one that's back left. So
Can I
technically,
try and...
directly left is just open air, and technically the front right's open air, and then the back back right's open air.
We'd want to try to go for valley, wouldn't we?
Can I make another survival check to see if I can find somewhere optimal?
I would argue on top of the dune. Because if one of these dunes decides to move, we don't want to be in front of it.
Fuck my life!
You don't want to be on top of one, have it move, and then have to wake up and reset.
Rye actually
I'm
gets
just rolling
walks off
so bad.
as she eventually comes back to you guys. I actually found a cave over on one of the dunes.
A cave, huh?
Did you?
Looked like one.
Excellent. That's great. We should go there and explore. If nothing else, we can find material and
What's
maybe
a
food.
cave doing
dire
on
need of that.
sand?
What are giant crabs doing in dunes? I don't fucking know.
I feel like they're more like turtles.
Whatever.
Do you think
More
that's
like-
entirely safe? What if it collapses if it
What if
let's go.
what if it's a
We're
mouse?
in
Check it
the
out.
middle of another plane with a dune with walking crabs walking towards the only place that has shot us so far. Nothing is safe. There is
What
no
if
safe option here.
one of them just fell asleep with its mouth open?
Well, we won't know until we take a closer look, will we?
Alright, let's take a closer look.
I'm gonna lead them to the cave.
Alright, so you move over here as you see what, surprisingly enough, even though there's black sand everywhere, something that looks like a very structured cave in one of the dunes.
Does anyone have a torch?
Um.
No.
I have nothing, so.
Okay, that's okay.
No.
I
But I
step
wonder, do I
up
have dark
to
vision?
the mouth. What
Oh,
do I
wait a-
see?
Piercing
I
into
do not.
darkness, you use the full extent of your dark vision, and it just looks like it goes downwards like a cave.
I'm gonna take out my sword. I'm gonna poke the top of it.
Poke it.
I'm gonna
As
poke
you
the
cave.
poke it, it's like popping a plastic wrapper that's keeping like sand from coming in. Like sand would just slowly start to sink through where you poked.
Oh God.
I'm gonna poke the
It wasn't
ground next.
what I expected.
You
Yeah,
just
that doesn't
sink
look
your
entirely
sword
safe.
into sand.
Okay. That's weird.
Is
That does-
everything made out of sand here?
Keep
Okay.
probably isn't.
Well, I guess we can go take a look further down. I take a couple steps in.
Yeah, it just feels like a cave.
I'll come with him. I have dark vision as well, so I'll help him and be a bit close to him.
I'm not
I,
entirely comfortable if it was that easy to puncture.
No.
I feel like
Um,
I may just tear it open by walking in there.
I mean, the ground doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah, how wide and or tall is this opening? And
15 by 20.
okay.
I'm surprised I was able to reach the top of the cave.
You could move to the edge of one of the sides and reach.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
So this seems to be very compact sand.
Kind of, yeah.
Now stone, that's just a even more compact version of sand, technically.
I think it'd be a good idea to maybe see what might be a little bit down this cave, but if we're going to sleep here, we should sleep near the opening.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Let's head inside and then when we're sleeping, we'll sleep. Yeah, that's a good plan. Alrighty, I could head in the front if you guys want.
I'll go with you.
Sure.
Alrighty.
So as Rai, you would come in last. You feel the sensation of relief on your back as the nails would unhook, and you would watch the night cat like move down your leg and kind of just stand on the outside of their cave and just looking at you guys and just makes that noise as it's just sitting there looking at you
Can
guys.
we tell if it's like a of like come back and pet me, or as in you guys shouldn't be here, it's gonna kill you?
Sense motive -5.
I'm doing sense motive too. I don't care.
Why? -5? I think I should. Yeah, -4. Because I'm a cat. It's a cat.
Oh, I have sense motive.
Deeply connected.
Do I? I think I do. Oh fuck, I don't. Shit.
1. What?
Actually, that's not 1. That's -6.
Wait, what happened? Why did
Yeah,
you increase the
mine's the
minus?
same.
I'll take a
Because
10 on
you
that.
don't have any ranks in it.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that.
And Rai, you have also a -6.
Yep. Yeah.
Rotsulian, you look at it as you gather. It feels uneasy.
I'm gonna go over to it and just kneel down next to it. I have this strange like fascination with talking to it. Prefer talking to something that can't talk back. And I just ask it what's wrong. I know it can't tell me, but
As you do, it kind of leans forward and picks up one of his paws and just like bats at your face.
like,
I don't think we should be in here. The cat seems uneasy.
It's a cat.
We should leave. No, animals have a sense about things
I
like
agree.
this.
It
I
knows
don't
this
think we should
plane
be in there anyway.
better than we do. I'm gonna leave the cave.
Yeah, I'm backing out.
It's around that time
Definitely.
when they're backing out. Rykor and Genghis, you're like getting, well, I guess, as you hear from the bowels of this cave.
Oh, fuck me.
As you feel the strong vibration and the sound of rushing sand quickly coming towards you guys. And with that, that's where we're ending it this week.
Oh, god damn it.
I never entered it.
So, thank you guys for watching. We will be back next week for the continuation of the Empire of the Lost to see exactly what befalls our group as they're crawling in on this sand crab turtle mountain dune.
TPK.
Black, blackity black. Thank you guys for watching.
Black.
And we will see you guys next week at 12:35 CST PM.
Righty.
Alright, take care, guys. Peace.
Sweden's the best country.
Wow.
See, some would agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Are we? Did it take it off over here?